This is a presentation of PartyOnWashington.com. Pow!
All right, well, my name is Tim Snyder. I work at the lot on Washington, 4212 Washington, and at night, and then I work here at Paradigm Training Center during the day. Well, I'm an MMA fighter, which is mixed martial arts. We train in kickboxing, boxing, jiu-jitsu, submission wrestling. Yeah, there's weight classes. Like me, I fight anywhere between 135 and 145. And, you know, all the guys that I go against are 170 or 155. I'm usually one of the smallest guys, so, you know, whenever I have to fight somebody, it's really nothing to me because I train with all bigger guys, bigger and stronger guys. I get beat up all the time, so. Biggest guy I fought against, I used to fight at 55 when I first started, and I would just walk in, step on the scale, and that's what I walk around at. And then the guy, he was cutting from 175, so he was a pretty big guy.
Harder to do?
Yeah, it's harder to do. That's why I cut weight now. That way I fight the guys my same size.
My name is Colin Wright. I'm an amateur mixed martial arts fighter at Paradigm Training Center. Karate, Taekwondo since I was a little kid, always training with the best guys. You know, it's a human chess match, you know. I kind of fancy myself a smart individual, and I like to get into things that challenge me both mentally and physically, and this is, I mean, as you guys can see, this is the perfect combination. So, currently I'm 2-0, both of them by submission. I don't know, I don't really fancy myself a submission guy. I really feel like I'm a pretty well-rounded mixed martial artist. That's what I really try to do, try to stay as well-rounded as possible. But I've been fortunate in the fact that a lot of my fights have ended quickly. Yeah, so I just look for any finish possible, and so far it's been 2 submissions, so that's what I've got.
My name is Brian Melanson, training out of here at Paradigm Training Center. Some of the best guys in the world. You talk to some of them, Tim and Carlo, Colin, Mike Bronzoulis, Jeff Rexroad, you know, Lee King, all of our training partners. It's a tough camp here. You saw we go at it. You know, everything is intense. Our sparring sessions, you know, you may leave with some blood or bruising and stuff like that. So it's intense. My fighting style is, you know, I started training about 4 years ago. I got a late start compared to a lot of people. No wrestling or boxing or anything before that. I was 24, just started training, teaching myself off of instructionals. 6 months later, started doing some grappling tournaments and winning, and joined the gym and just kind of snowballed from there. You know, I started off as more of a ground guy. My stand-up was pretty terrible. I would get punched in the face a lot, but I kept coming. So, but now I've gotten to where everything is pretty equal, and you know, I do pretty well. I've knocked out all my wins are by TKO, so my pro wins. So that's kind of my forte right now. But I feel equally balanced in everything. So. For me personally, it's not really anything. I mean, you got to look out for everything. Punches, knees, takedowns, you know. You don't really want to get caught with any of it in the fight. 4-ounce gloves, you know, it's not like the 10-ounce gloves in boxing. So everything, you know, is going to be more, you know, exponentially harder. So, but my main thing is the dieting. I like to eat, you know, I'm Italian, you know, and Cajun. I love good food, good home cooking. So hardest part for me is cutting weight and dieting and stuff. I've been real strict getting ready for this upcoming fight, and so that's the hardest thing, is just coming through when you have no energy and still pushing through all of the training. That's the worst.
He does. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Carlo Prater. I'm 29 years old, born in São Paulo, Brazil, and I live in Houston, Texas now. Black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Luta Livre as well, and professional kickboxing and Muay Thai fights as well. Before I just dove into MMA full on, I was already a professional kickboxer. So I have a lot of experience that I can impart to some of the guys here that are starting out and, you know, a little younger than I am. And they help me too. They keep me, you know, on my toes and keep me working hard every day and keep me motivated. Training is a lot different in Brazil. It's more rustic, and there's there's a lot less implements and equipment and space a lot of times, but they have great fighters, and the people themselves are very in tune with sports and fitness, and so it makes it it's extremely popular in Brazil. But the training is much different than the training we do here in the United States. It's more scientific and results-based here, whereas in Brazil they preserve the art really well. Each academy has its own style that its fighters actually represent and fight in. So here it's much more professional and adapted to the work environment. We're all fighting for professional events, so we all end up fighting each other, and it's just a tremendous amount of turnover, of all the guys. So a lot of different training here. The techniques in Brazil are much different than the techniques here. Here in the United States, at least, we train a lot of wrestling. It's in the school systems, and a lot of kids get their start in sports through wrestling, folk style scholastic wrestling. So it goes hand in hand with MMA's popularity nowadays. I think there's millions of kids across the country that are in wrestling practice and thinking about one day, trying it out. So I think the United States has definitely surpassed Brazil in terms of its potential for in the next 10 years or so. I think Brazil's got a lot of work to do to catch up.